You might be asking yourself, what is Kenny up to? I'm holding a Jesper X1. It's a neat contraption that does 7 tasks, most of them useful for a motorcyclist. And if everything went according to plan, my voiceover would have been about the features of the Jesper X1 and my testimonial on how good it works and the conveniences it provides. But something unexpected happened. Upon first use with my 1996 Heritage Softail Special from Harley Davidson, something so out of the ordinary, but yet very basic, occurred. And I gave every benefit of the doubt to the Jesper X1. As I try to resolve, well, let's roll the video. I set the PSI in bicycle mode. Then prior to starting, I inadvertently switched it to automotive mode, which was preset at 44 PSI. So I manually stopped it when it reached 37 PSI. And then this happens. What the f***?
Let's see what happens. I reset it, put it on the auto setting instead of the bicycle setting. Set it to 36 PSI. Alright, it stopped. Now I'm assuming that when it stops, something pushes into or pulls out to prevent the air from escaping, but it's not doing that. Put the cap back on. Grab a screwdriver, see if I need to poke something inside.
That's what she said.
Otherwise the Jesper damaged my bike. And that's no bueno. That is not good. Yeah, you can still hear the air coming out. This is ridiculous. It dropped down the Okay, let's try it again. Nope. God damn it. I just lost 6, 7, 8, 9 PSI within like 5 seconds. You know, all the instruction stuff is about jump starting, all the FAQ and do not use as a toy. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing that talks about air. Alright, I don't hear any more air, so I'm gonna say no sir on the Jesper until I get some more information on why it's doing that and what damage was done here. I've never had this happen with any other time trying to fill up air on my tire where it just wouldn't stop filling up the air. So something's wrong. Yeah, I don't think there's any air in this. It's really heavy to pull out of the garage, and that's normally not the case unless it's in gear. No PSI, baby. I should have used this thing right here instead of directly connecting the Jesper. That way, if there's some funky broken connections, this would have buffered it for sure. Let's see, let's do 40 because I'm going to lose some air when I pull it off. Yep, 0 PSI. 2.
Eventually.
Alright. This thing gets a little warm after. Okay, so let's attach the analog meter. See what we get. We got 40, so that's accurate. Still losing air. Come on. There we go. Ooh. Huh. So now I busted that. Great. Sheesh. Just great. Can't believe I'm having so much trouble just trying to fill my tire up with air. Jesper! You know, I want to be fair to the company, but they're not responsible for my dice cap thing breaking. You turn it too much to the right, and that's what happens. Alright. Yeah, definitely should have done it this way. 41. So we're gonna swap these real quick. No idea how much air I'm losing. But this one gripped quicker. This is the Brapstar one I got, the Forgotten Angels camp out. So the question is, should I run it or call for help? I think I should run it. Alright, let's get things going here. Alright, fired right up, baby. Let that simmer. And then we'll drop it down to low potato mode. But let's just hope the air holds. And that valve stem cap just doesn't fly right off because of the pressure. But I assume if it starts leaning to the left or the right or what have you, that's an indicator that the air is low. So I brought the Jesper with me just in case I need to add some more air. But I also want Pedro to look at this device. Let's hope I don't need a whole new tire. I don't think so, the way he said it. Just replaced the valve. I wasn't planning on getting new tires for another few thousand miles. Oh, I missed that idle. It sounds so good. Yeah, so I picked this evening. It's a Monday, and the rest of the week it's supposed to rain in the evening after work, the whole week. So this is the first clear opportunity that I can see on the schedule without taking time off work to get it over to Wondermoto's shop. But it got me thinking of all the times that I've had trouble with the bike, you know. Now, granted, I don't think the bike caused this one. Maybe the valve stem's, you know, 28 years old like the rest of the bike, and so it needs to be replaced like everything else I've been running through. But it's like I've touched everything on this bike except for the engine. Something's been replaced, and it's got me thinking about all the times of breakdowns that I've had. So it looks like I'm not getting spark, and I'm stuck. So, hour from home. Pedro is the man. He's going to come and pick me up on a Sunday. I wouldn't know what to do without him, man. You know, it's an old bike. I get that. But I need something that's at least get me out of town without me worrying about it. And I do worry about it. Every time I leave town, I do worry that I'm not coming back on two wheels.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. Hey, you got no spark on this bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it can do a bunch of things. So. I can smell like it.
Yeah.
But I can't hear it cranking. See if the coil is connected. Yeah, the wires are here. This doesn't matter.
Should I not be riding in the rain with this?
No, you can ride in the rain. It's just
okay.
Yeah, there's not much I can do. I didn't bring any tools because I probably can't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. You been checking that oil?
I have.
Oil.
Yep.
Yeah, let's load her up. You got oil.
And I got to give him a plug. Wanderer Customs, if you're in the Orlando area, he's a great technician, great mechanic, great friend, and he'll do right by you. So if you need maintenance, service, whatever, project bike, you know, start talking to Pedro, see what he can do for you. Wanderer Customs on Instagram. Yes. So what was it?
What was your points?
The points?
Yeah, they probably overheated or got some surge from your electrical system. Who knows?
Because of the rain?
Maybe it was that, maybe it wasn't. It's electronic, it was an electronic component, so you never know.
Okay. So with having just broken down, and then Pedro so kindly re-delivered the bike, and then upon next use, it breaks down again, and it's really caused a trust issue between me and this bike and taking it. I really would have by now wanted to gone to the Keys, taken it on more trips, go visit some friends that I've made, you know, and that I've mentioned to them, hey, I'm going to come up and see you. And I've never gotten this bike to where I trust it. You know, hearing comments from my mechanic, Pedro, that I trust, and he's a co-custodian of this bike. He's like, it's an old bike, you know, expect those things. And you ride this bike like it's a new bike. I'm like, I ride the bike because it's a bike. It's supposed to be ridden. You know, it's not a museum piece. But it seems that when I get that bike out on the road, and I've had some great trips, you know, to Jacksonville, to Gainesville half dozen times, you know, 500-mile days, no issues. And I've ridden it to Bike Week twice, back and forth, multiple days, no issues. And I've ridden it to Daytona a couple times, issues. I don't make it back home. And I've ridden it to Gainesville a couple times, issues. Don't make it back home. But I do love riding this bike. Oh man, I do love it. So you know, such is life with the old bike life, right? And I asked Pedro, I said, hey, what happens when, I mean, I do decide I want to take this to the Keys and the bike does what it does. He says, well, you go and rent a storage unit. One, hopefully that has a first month promo. And you rent that storage unit and you get home somehow. He didn't explore that. And then we come back down and fix the bike and get it home. That's what you do. I said, all right. And if it wasn't for friends like Pedro, owning one of these bikes at my skill level of mechanics and riding experience would have been impossible. But once you sit on this bike, once you sit on an Evo, and I'm sure it's the same for a shovelhead, though I don't have experience with a shovelhead, but a carbureted bike, the Evos and the shovelhead, and I'm sure panheads and knuckleheads, you know, they don't have a lot of power, but they do have a lot of character. And I've ridden every Milwaukee 8 model in the last couple of years with exhaust, with stage 2s, with stage 4s, yeah, stage 3 as well. And they don't have the same character. They go fast, they're very smooth, but this is something that I don't want to lose. And of course you're talking about 80 cubic inches of displacement versus 107 to 117, 128. That's where my experience stops. I haven't ridden above a 128. So owning an old bike it's a different vibe altogether. Totally different vibe. Doesn't compare. You know, one option on the table is to take this bike and create it into something that is just for around town use. Bar hopper, take it to shows, show it off, you know, if I do something really cool with it. And this has been advised by viewers out there in comment sections in past videos. And as time goes on, you start to pay attention to these comments. And then people talk about their parents' experiences with Evos back in the 80s and 90s. And they're like, yeah, I remember my dad had Evos and his buddies had Evos, and they're always in the garage working on them. Now, of course, this is supposed to be the most reliable engine ever built, and what I've been told is that as long as you leave it alone. And the engine has never failed me on this bike yet. It hasn't been the engine. It's been all the other crap that technically was not original Harley parts. They got them from Bosch or they got them from whomever. But the ignition switch, the points, the coil, all that stuff are electrics that Harley doesn't make anyways. Well, it looks like the tire's holding up because I don't feel any difference right now riding it. So I think I made the right call so far. So that's an option, you know. I've been wanting to build a chopper so I can take the bags off of this and just run it as a bobber. And then part of me is like, it's a nostalgia, you know, it's a FLSTN. You know, this is pre-deluxe. This is a special, heritage special. You paid extra for it back in the day. You should do, if you're going to do that, just take a regular Softail. And that's an option too. I could do that. I can go out and buy another Softail, Evo Softail, but I know the history with this. I know everything about this bike. History is still being written. What's going on? My man. So that picture, was that 2 stems or the old one and the new one?
Oh, one new one.
Okay.
Fixed.
Sweet.
That's it.
What do you think happened?
It just broke.
Just an old stem?
Yeah, it broke. Something happened over there where it broke. I don't know. Have a look at it. It's not supposed to look like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's ejected.
That's the inside part.
Okay.
This is the outside part. So something happened where it broke or got pushed in, and it doesn't want to come back.
Gotcha. Is that common?
No, never seen this.
Okay. But the rim's 28 years old, right? So it could be...
I mean, yeah, it could be the original, but I highly doubt it.
Okay.
Something happened here, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can keep it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to hang it on the wall with my other parts. So what do you think about the Yisper?
That shit's cool.
Yeah.
This thing's really, really cool.
I'm going to give it another try. I mean, they sent it to me for free. So, you know, it's got the air, it's got the light, USB charger.
I can send you another one for free from me.
Yeah, okay.
It's cool, dude. I really like it. It looks like you could bring it anywhere.
Yeah. And I had this box already.
That box is smart, dude.
And this broke. Did you fix it?
No.
No. Cool. Pedro to the rescue.
I don't have that much time available to.
No, I really I appreciate you squeezing me in. You guys in the Orlando area know who to call, right? Wanderer Customs. Information's on the screen, right there. And Pedro, we trust. All right, it's a new day. Ready for a road trip? Let's try this one more time. No air escaping, that's good. We're going to use my extender to extends.
Extends can really improve your life.
Hook up the Jesper X1. Lock that down. Turn that on. Long press. Turn down the PSI. The 36. Right now it's at 32. Short press.
The Jesper X1 is a 7-in-1 emergency device for the road. The Jesper X1 can provide a vehicle jumpstart with 2,000 amp peak cranking power. The Jesper X1 jumpstarter is suitable for cars, motorcycles, SUVs, trucks, cargo vans, ATVs, snowmobiles, yachts, and more. It will jumpstart all 12-volt dead vehicles up to 8 liters gas or 6 liters diesel. The Jesper X1 multi-purpose vehicle jumpstart is constructed with all-metal heavy-duty clamps to prevent breakage caused by long-term use and has 10 safety protections and has been designed for use in extreme environments from -4 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The Jesper X1 offers fast and safe inflation of tires for motorcycles, cars, and athletic equipment like bicycles and rafts. It can inflate 30 to 60 psi in under 1 minute with a maximum inflation to 150 psi. Other tools on the Jesper X1 include a USB power bank, 3-way LED light with emergency strobe.
Perfect. Yeah, I learned about the long press and short press by reading the user manual. Long press turn off. Yep. Beautiful. Just like it's supposed to work. Easy peasy Chinesey. Let's try the rear tire. Yeah, the whole reason I got the extender is because when I put these bags on, it's very difficult to reach. Throw in the Stockton pressure gauge, available at J&P Cycles. 40. Good. We're good there. It's 36 and 36 is what I need to be at. So glad I had this NEMA case. So links below for the Jesper and the extender and the waterproof case. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. You know, tire inflation has always been a part of my pre-ride process. It seems that I tend to lose air every couple weeks in my tires, so I'm kind of methodical about checking for air. And when I talk to mechanics, I talk to Pedro, they say that the number one thing that they see when they have service on their motorcycles is proper inflation of tires. People just don't check their tires for proper air. I run 36 on my Softail, and it's not uncommon for it to be 29, 28 after a couple weeks. So I always check my tires. And the Jesper X1, though we had a shaky start, looks like it's going to be a good product. So I encourage you to go ahead and check out the Jesper X1. And you'll most likely see it in my saddlebag in upcoming videos. Who knows, it might come in handy for more than just air inflation. Might need a jump start. Might need a USB charge during a camping trip for one of my devices. So a pretty handy tool, pretty compact. And if you use that NEMA enclosure, it keeps it watertight. Thanks for coming along on this one. I appreciate you giving me a like there. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? If you like motorcycle content, Harley Davidson content, this is the channel for you. And if you like this video, I encourage you to click this box right here or this one right here. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. And if you ride, keep your shiny side up. If you don't ride, what are you waiting for? Buy the motorcycle already.